This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ, or Iglesia ni Cristo.
From the Pacific to Atlantic, anytime and wherever you are, join us.
You are watching, listening, and streaming on INCRadio.
Watching, listening, and streaming on INCRadio. INCRadio Canada. Join us. Join us, join us, join us. INCRadio Canada. Join us.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of our viewers and listeners. You are watching INCRadio Canada, INCRadio, changing lives through God's words. I am Sister Jonah Lopez from the local congregation of Eastwood District of Edmonton, and we actually have one of our host producer from another district here in Canada. Hello there, Atika.
Yes, hello po to everyone who's watching and listening to INCRadio Canada. My name is Sister Kathleen Ga, and I'm from the Squamish Group Worship Service here in the District of British Columbia. I've missed everyone here, and of course, we're also not alone. We also have a guest as well here. Why don't you introduce her, po?
Yeah, she's you know what? It's funny because you said she's a guest. She's not a guest. She's always with us here in Canada. She visits Canada more often than not, too. So, yes, welcome back. I take care, of course, from INCRadio Sacramento.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And I am Carolyn Schenk from Sacramento, District of Northeast California. Once again, hello to all of INCRadio Canada and everyone else that is tuning in.
Yes, thank you, Atikir. And can you believe it, Atikir, Atikat, in 3 weeks, this month is going to be over and we're facing another year. So we want to go back and remember all our lasting connections, our friendships along the way. How have you connected and remained with those you have met through INCRadio and our CFO activities and church events as well? We will talk about that. And of course, we will also have our What's in Your Cookbook. But before we go there, just want to quickly say hi to all of our on Faith and Melody, everyone knows we call them our Ohana because they're our family. So might as well call them Ohana, right? On our chat, we've got Ate Ivy, our sunshine. Kuya Dave is also there. Hello, hello. And of course, Ate Priscilla Batan is also there. Kuya Mario Oka. We have Mac Aguinaldo. So I'm not sure.
I think that's Sister Esther.
Oh, wow. Hello,
Yes.
Ka Esther. Thank you for tuning in. And we also have Ka Elmina Romero. I'm not sure. Atikath, is that Caranel's wife, maybe? We also have Wilfredo Atilano. And there's quite a few. Ernie Dolar. Thank you po for tuning in and for watching INCRadio Canada. And of course, Ka Edwin is also there in our chat. Hello po, Ka Edwin. Hello. Thank you po for for tuning in. And we're gonna dive in straight to our topic today because it's nice topic. It's long lasting connections, and I know because of INC Radio, INC Radio, not just INC Radio Canada, but INC Radio as a whole. Kuya, I don't know who's our Kuya Tech today. Can you put us on grid?
I think it's Kuya DP.
Oh, is it Kuya DP? Kuya DP,
Yes.
please put us on grid just so then we can see each other's faces. And yes, so that I'm not all by myself talking. There you
Hi.
go. Okay. So Ate Care and I met through INC Radio. Of course, Faith and Melody, right? Even Ate, oh, Kuya Henry, hello
Henry.
po. Not my Kuya Henry upstairs, Kuya Henry in the main studio. And Ate Kat and I also met through INC Radio. Ate Kat and Ate Kier also met because of INC Radio, right? So there's this lasting connection. There's just a lot of connections that we've formed because of INC Radio, and it's one of those lasting friendships, lasting connections that we really want to go back and remember. Even our those who tune in and have their names on the chat. We've met some of them in person. We've met some of them through video calls. And so we want to just go back, how many have you actually met? And how have you connected? How have you remained friends with them? And so for our question, even for our chat, those who are in our YouTube live chat, how many have you met in person this year alone? Okay, this year, because of INC Radio, and what made this friendship or this connection different from meeting someone outside of INC Radio? So Ate Kath, we'll start with you because I know you met Ate Care in person. Was it this year or last year?
I think it's almost 2 years now. 2 years ago.
Has it
Really?
been?
2 years.
2023. That's when we visited California. It was December of 2023 when we visited California.
Long ago.
Mom,
already?
so time really flies, po. So
Okay, so let's change the question a little bit. Not just this year alone, but how many have you met because of INC Radio, because of your association with INC Radio?
yes. How many? I don't think I can count. That's how many have I met. I just remember, first joining INC Radio. I didn't know a lot of brethren outside of British Columbia, and then once I've introduced to INC Radio family, that's when I started knowing different brethren from different districts like Manitoba, Calgary, Edmonton, just like at the Jonah, and then Kuya JC Yumal. I've always known Kuya JC Yumal, and mostly new ones were from the Eastern because before our district, British Columbia, was just one part of a district. So somehow you get that knowing someone in your own district. It was divided to Western Canada and Eastern Canada. But then when I was introduced to INC Radio, that's when I started meeting from the East Coast. So throughout, I think the last 2 years, I've traveled to Montreal with Hazel. We've met our co-host there, Nina, Carlo.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so every time you travel, somehow there is that connection. So even Sister Adele from UK, she visited here last summer.
Oh, wow.
Yes, in Vancouver, and she messaged me, Ate, like I didn't know that you live here, and we started reconnecting again. That hopefully she'll be able to visit again next year here in Canada. So just like everywhere you go, there is that connection. It's like, oh, I've seen you, sister. Similar to when I went to Edmonton one time at the Donna's locale, everyone was noticing my face, and my husband Christian was just laughing at me. I was like, oh, you're very famous. I'm like, yes, sister, we watch you through INC Radio. So they recognize your face, even if they're not a part of INC Radio, but because they're watching you on INC Radio, they recognize your face on where you're from. So it's quite overwhelming at the same time because You didn't know that they know you, and you would start knowing them once you met them. But the common ground of being in the INC radio family is that you feel connected even though you don't know them in person, even though that you don't know their first name, and somehow you feel really close to them even though you haven't really talked because you see their YouTube comments, and somehow that gives me really good feeling. But
Wow. Wow. I think you're smiling because I think she feels the same way when she visits here. Everyone's like, "Oh, we know you." It's so funny at the cat because there's one from CWS. She was like, he was talking to his grandma. And it's like pointing to Atike. It's like, "Artista, artista."
Wow.
So
Yeah,
Atike, yes. What about you? What about you? I know you've met a lot. You've met a lot, and like what Atikat said, your association with INC Radio, they know you, even not by first name, but because they see you, and whether we admit it or not, we're kind of like celebrity because we're always like on YouTube. They can always see us no matter where we go. And like you said, no matter where you go, what locale you go to, there's that connection. There's just that connection. What about you, Atikir? So I don't know if you keep count of how many you've met because of radio, right? But yes.
No, I know how a cat feels because I know that feeling, and I'm like embarrassed. Like I'm like a little like that shyness comes in, or that kind of like, oh wow, me, you know me kind of thing. And it's just kind of like, who am I? Like I don't like a lot of times it's shocking. It's shocking to let them know. This year was a lot. You know, super grateful that I was able to travel a lot this year and was able to meet a lot of people through INC Radio. I'm telling you, INC Radio is a bridge. It is a connection that connects you with all so many people. I couldn't like a cat. I can't count how many people I've met, and it's overwhelming because they treat you like a celebrity, right? They treat you like you're somebody so popular, like you're like they said, artista, artista. What? Like no way, no way, right? And then of course in 2023 when we had the INC Radio Roadshow, you met I want to say the majority of the hosts were there, and that was one of those greatest feeling to see all these hosts. So going back, it's hard to count how many, but the connection is there, and it's great to meet everyone. I want to point out here, Ati Sally, Sumortin,
Martin.
right? When we went to the Philippines, we met her there
Yes.
as well, right? In the not on the stage, but inside the building.
Yeah.
And like you said, through the connections, it's through social media. You know, we like each other's post, or we'll say hi, or, you know, once you put out a news, like at Tikaf, she has like, great news, right? You go out and you still communicate, and you say, well, congratulations, or like, oh, wow, that's awesome. You know, things like that. You continue to communicate with them through INC
Yeah.
Radio.
Yes, and you mentioned Kasali sa Mortin. Ate Kat, when we went home to the Philippines, that would have been January 2024,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Already, wow,
yeah.
already that long. But yes, to meet the ones that we actually see on the chat, and even I have to mention this again and again, to meet our Kuya Tex, it was a different kind of experience. It was putting faces to the names that you just see, and you like, and we call them Kuya Tech, right? But then meeting them in person, and you put these names like Kuya Henry, who's on board right now, Kuya Charles, Kuya Nico, Kuya Pong, all of them, Kuya DP, and they're so welcoming and just so warm that like they look at us like we're this high, but we're like, no, 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 it's you. Because if not for them, how can we have the broadcast if not for their hard work, everything that they do for us? And even the ministers that are always behind the scenes but always doing everything for us on INC Radio, we met them as well. And so, and like you said, that connection, it's different once you meet them. It stays, and it's more like, I would say, a lasting, not just friendship, but a lasting connection that like you said earlier at the cat, you can go anywhere. And once you meet them, that's it. You're glued. Like, this is it. And the one thing that I would have to commend as well was all of our supporters on the chat on YouTube that I have met when I visited Ate Care, like the Ate Ivy, like Kuya Rod. You see these names not just on Faith and Melody, but you see their names supporting other programs as well. The one who I want to meet is Kuya Mario Oka, because he's always there, almost like 24 hours a day. He's like tuned in and supporting INC Radio. And so it's a different kind of connection that I would say really long lasting. It's kind of like a forever friendship, a forever connection. And if I can ask, like, just a follow up question, what makes this friendship or the connections that you've made through INC Radio different from, because you would meet someone, let's say at work, right? You would meet someone maybe in school, but what makes this connection, especially the ones that are members of the Church of Christ that you meet anywhere else, different, and how has that impacted your life? So, Atikir, let's start with you on this one.
Well, because we have the same faith, it makes it stronger. We have that in common. It's the commonality that we have because we understand each other, right? We understand that, oh, we got these duties and we have these activities, and then you just have so many things in common that you keep in connection. Like, oh, they just attended a Unity Games. Ours is next week, or there's a Songs of Salvation coming up. Oh, we do too. It's all in common that the non-members or non INC members don't have with us. But when you have that, there's always a connection through our faith. And so with that, every time you see this stuff posted on social media, it's an automatic like because you understand, oh, I'm gonna go through that next week, or we just had ours and it was awesome, and or these performers and you're like, wow, that is awesome, like so that's why you can relate to these brethren more than the others, right?
What about you, Atikat? So very true. So very true.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more to the care. And that commonality makes us have that connection that is so different to non-INC. Because for example, I just wanted to mention Sister Hazel. I've met, like, we didn't really meet Sister Hazel, but her family was living here in BC before, and throughout INC Radio, we've gotten just so much closer. And, the more that we perform together in INC Radio, the more we have that stronger bond and we have that commonality. It's not only for the faith that we have, we've shared so much life events together. My wedding and now having a baby. It's just that, the I don't know, the way that you've stayed through to your friendship, basically that came from INC Radio bond, and now from performing together. And even though you're not in the same district, you still feel that connection throughout. It's such a very difficult to explain. I don't know what I'm trying to put words to it, but it's just so difficult to put that into words. But first, I think, would be our, the values. We've shared so much values together. Our common interests may not be the same, but we perform similarly in media, and we relate to so much of our activities together on how we perform in media. Sometimes we're in the background, sometimes we're a producer, sometimes we're a writer, and we connect so much of that habits and values together while performing in radio. And the love for our duty, we may have different duties, but with INC Radio, we have that commonality, and it's a nice feeling to share that with someone. But even my husband, sometimes he doesn't know what I'm doing if I'm writing a script, and he doesn't care. But then when I talk to Hazel, we find that common ground and common knowledge, and we share
Mm.
thoughts and okay, creativity. I think most of the creativity within the radio we share so much, but that's when it started, and we still continue to be very, very good friends.
Yes, yes, I can totally agree. It's yes, it is hard to explain when you have that deeper connection and deeper friendship that you just connect. You know, it doesn't need a lot of explanation that, oh, how come you two you just connect? Because you were talking about Ati Hazel, who when you're talking to her, because almost like because you're both on media. So whatever you're thinking, she's thinking. And then you connect and then you put that together, right? And then you're kind of like, oh, and it gets interesting. That's how Atikira and I's friendship grew. It's because Faith Melody is always on our heads, kind of like, oh, what's our topic? Who's our guest? And it's always like that every single day, every single day. Faith and Melody does not disappear in our heads. It's just like, okay, what's our topic next week? The following month, we're already formulating that. And with that connection, with that, we're always talking about that. Unknowingly, unconsciously, it's building our friendship, it's building our faith, it's building that stronger connection with our almighty God. And I've mentioned this a lot of times, because of that, it goes not even just to us but even to our families as well, getting to know the family, getting to know Atikir's husband, Kuya Dave, Atikir knowing Kuya Henry, and then the kids. And then the kids, now they're kids that are connected to each other also, like the friendship that they have is also strong. And so just by listening and just by tuning in, you just don't know who you can connect to. Like Ati Care has connected with some from even our locale, even from our district, like Kalumin, and the Kaami there, the Maba, like some of our core members. And likewise with me, being able to visit her, I've met, Ati Ivy. I better not forget anyone. Kuya Rod, Ati Joy, Ati Joyce, these are just some who support INC Radio, who support listening and tuning in. And we are so grateful to the church administration because of because of this platform. Just by having tuned in, you don't know who you can touch. You don't know who you can inspire. You just don't know who will be your friends, who will have this connection, this really long lasting connection. Even Atikir visiting us, I say this again and again because her visiting us the first time probably was like kind of like awkward, kind of like, hi, just kind of like shy. But the last time it was like everyone's like, I take care. Like, wow, they know you already because you've already built that connection. Because of radio, you've built that connection with, oh, you know what, we're sisters, we're brethren in the Church of Christ. We have this connection. Like you said, the values, the faith that we have, it's the one thing that we can be so proud of, that we do this all for God's glory. We have this connection because of our faith, and we can continue to have this connection because of INC Radio. Even on the chat, Ate Care was like talking to like Ate Oz there, and like, oh, you can come visit. And it's like, oh, we'll visit, and you just don't know, Ate Oz. Maybe you'll go get Ate Care.
Maybe soon.
It's so
Might
right.
be soon at
You
the
never
Oz.
know, right?
Us. Hi, Abby. It's greeting us on YouTube.
Yes, yes. The people that support us, the brethren that support us time in, time out, like no matter where and no matter what they're doing, they'll tune in. And, just a little bit of, even the ones that are busy at work, they will tune in. And at the end of the program, like, oh, I tuned in. It's just that I can't chat. That's heartwarming to know that because of INC Radio, we have built this connection with all of them. Like, okay, I take care. What is that Kasali put in the chat? Because I know you can understand that. I take care just don't
She's
speak.
saying,
She can't speak Tagalog, but she can understand and talk Ilocano.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
She's saying,
I did not know that.
yeah, she's saying in Bad ng Bigat, which is good afternoon to Kuya Mario, or adding
Oh,
Mario there, Oka. So they're talking to each other, greeting to each other. I want to add on to what you were saying is just the connections, because your topic is long lasting connections. You know, when you meet one person, you know, then you it's like a domino effect, right? You get to, like with Ati Kat, I got to meet Ati Kat through Ati Jonah, and then you know, you move on, right? And then it's like an effect that you meet one person, then the next person comes along, right? But then that person comes along and they're like, oh, you know what, I know Ati Care, wait, I want to meet Ati Care. Then that comes along, and then people just keep coming, and then you start meeting all these people, so these connections come along, and you stay with them. It never leaves. Like Kasali Samotin, right? We got to meet her. I know her. We greet each other on different episodes or different programs, right? You just say, oh, hi, you know, Kasali. You know, you greet each other like Ati Oz. You know, I haven't met her yet, but I'm sure when we do, the connection is going to be strong because she's always supporting just as well on our programs. So it's like an effect where you meet one person, and then you're going to meet the next person, and then you meet the next person, but then you never ever disconnect, right? It either gets stronger or it just stays steady, and you just say hello on social media, and it just never ends, right? It just keeps
yeah.
on going. It's like that love of the brotherhood, right?
Yes, that's why we love INC Radio. It connects people, right? And it just connects every one of us. And it's not just INC Radio Canada, it's not just INC Radio Sacramento. There's a lot of different programs that everyone can really benefit from, like even technology, and there's health, and of course there's faith and melody. We talk about our faith, and then we listen to INC original music. You know, those are just some. Imagine if you're tuned in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Imagine what you can get out of just tuning in. And so we like to promote, share the link, share our programs to your friends, your relatives, and even to non members of the Church of Christ, because we are able to missionize, we are able to invite them to our activity so then they can join us, and they can also feel the love that we feel inside the Church of Christ and inside INC Radio. With that, I just want to say happy birthday to Elaine. I didn't know it's her birthday. So at the 14 already.
Wow, she's already 14. Time flies.
14 already?
I think she
Wow.
left her district. She's only a toddler.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So Ate El says, belated happy 14th birthday to my sister, Eileen Rose Gaviola from the District of Edmonton. Yes, I will make sure that I will clip this and send it to her and say, this greeting is from your Ate Oz there in Saskatchewan. And we also want to say hello to Ronald Ramilo. Maligayang panonood mula sa lokal ng Cubao, District of Central. Thank you po for tuning in to INC Radio Canada. We also have Jennifer Garcia. Greetings to all, most of all to my cousin, Ellie Yarsha and family from Taipa Local, Macau District. Oh, thank you po. We will make sure to let them know that you tuned into INC Radio Canada. So Kuya Henry, our Kuya Tech on board in the Philippines, it's time to get hungry. I think we're going to go on to our What's in Your Cookbook. Take it away, Kuya.
Hello everyone! Today we're going to make a popular Filipino dessert that we like to call puto cheese. And in English, it's called, I think, steamed muffin or Filipino steamed cake. So let's go. Here are the ingredients. So first, eggs, sugar, fresh milk, vanilla, melted butter, salt, baking powder, flour, cheese, and some food coloring. And we have oil too. So now we're going to get our eggs and our sugar, and we're going to mix it. Add the eggs, and now we're gonna add our sugar. Wait, put two hands. go. And now we're gonna mix it. Now, after we've mixed it up for a little bit, we're going to add our fresh milk. Our milk. Add it. Add all the milk, and now we're gonna mix again. We're going to add our vanilla. Alright, let's mix it again. We're going to add our melted butter. And we're gonna mix. And then we're going to add our flour. Just 2 hands again. There we go. Now we're gonna mix. Now we're going to add our salt. We're also going to add our baking powder. Go. Alright, now that we're done mixing, we're going to get a bowl and a strainer. So I have that right here. And we're going to strain our mixture so that we don't have those clumps there. Get our thing. Make sure that when you mix your mixture, you don't overmix it. But anyways, we're going to add the mixture into the strainer. Let's get all of that in. Just like this. Now we're going to divide the mixture into 3 parts so that we can have different colors. Because we have purple and pink, so this one can be pink, this one can be purple, and then this one can be white. No food color. So I got my cup and we're going to divide. Get this. Add. Now we're gonna add the food coloring. So we have our 2 food colorings right here. This one's gonna be no food coloring. These 2 are gonna have food coloring. So let's use the purple. Okay, I added a little bit more food coloring, so let's mix it. I think that's good. Now it's fully purple. So we washed it, and now we're ready to add the pink food coloring. So pink, purple, and white. And now it's time to steam the puto cheese. So we're going to get our oil. Over here, we have our molders, and we have our steamer with the water that's boiled inside already. We're going to get our molder, and we're going to add oil to all of them. Just like this, and then add the oil. And we're going to do that to all the molders. Try it again. Alright, so now we're going to steam our puto cheese. So let's get this, cover this, put it down right here. And now we're going to add our dyes. Let's put it in, and make sure it's like that. It's aligned, and now we're going to cover it for 15 minutes. So after the 15 minutes is done, we're going to open it, and we're going to add our cheese. And then after we add the cheese, we're going to close it again, and we're going to wait 1 minute. And then we're done! Oh, I think it's ready! Let's check on it. Alright, now let's check on our puto. Ooh! Alright, let's transfer it over here. Oh my gosh, it's hot. Ooh, that looks good! Alright, so now we're gonna get our cheese on every puto. Gotta do this really fast. I'm kind of slow. And now we're gonna put it back. Alright, and let's put back the cover. And now we're gonna wait for 1 minute. Oh, I think it's ready. Alright, let's check on it. Oh, that looks so good. Alright, now it's time for us to transfer it. Alright, we have our tray here. We're going to transfer the puto. Not too bit hot, hopefully not. Alright. Now, while we're waiting for our pink puto to get steamed and be ready, we're going to present our purple and white. Oh, we're going to remove this and put it on here. So, let's do that for all of them. see the softness. Whoa, it's so soft. You see that? Whoa. That's good. All right, let's taste it. All right, let's see. I ate all the cheese. But that's really good. Look at that. It's so soft. And we're done. Here's our photo cheese. All right, shout out to Brother Rolando Gaviola, our district minister, Brother Thamar Serrano, our assistant district minister, and Brother Patrick Sevilla, our resident minister. Thank you so much po. See you next time.
Wow. How come when she makes it look like it's so easy to make?
I know. I remember making a puto before and it tastes like soap. Maybe because I put too much baking soda. So after that, I never remade it because I was so disappointed.
Wow.
But she made it so easy. So maybe I should ask for her recipe next time.
No, I want to order so from Sister Katie, please. When I visit, can you make me 2 dozen, please?
2 dozen. Wow. Okay.
2 dozen.
You want the ube
Yes.
or the pink?
Just, I'll take any color, just anything. I haven't made that before, so it looks really yummy.
And she makes it look so easy to do, like just mixing it up and the way it turned out. It's like perfect, like the softness,
Yes.
everything about it, right? Yeah, it's like wow, like she's gonna be a good one, a good cook, a good chef, like Katie, because she started. Ati Kathy, remember when she was first doing it? Like she was really like
Oh.
I know, right?
Now
Yeah.
she's a
Kind of like
teenager.
what's the name of the one from your district who
Sister Easy.
yes, it's like her, one of these days maybe bring her back and
Yeah, I'll bring
cook
her back.
something. Cook something. Okay, before we continue with our topic discussion on long-lasting connection, this one, I hope everyone will turn up the volume. I don't know Atika because this is one of Atikier and I's favorite INC original music. And the composer and the vocalist for this one is Sister Jervy, Felmar's wife. And
Yeah, she's
so
so good, but
she is. And it's just, it's humbling to actually meet her in person. And she's just so, so humble, just so humble. But her voice is, wow, just kind of like, oof, I wish I could sing, that good.
we
But
miss you po, Ka Jervy and Ka Felmar.
yes. So, yes, time to turn up the volume and sing along and just enjoy this INC original music. It's entitled For You Only. Kuya Henry and Kuya Dan now in the main studio. Take it away.
I'm singing my song. I'm singing for you. You are almighty. Your love lasts for eternity. Here I am with all my heart. I long to feel you near. Please find me worthy, I pray, as I offer you praises today. true home.
Wow, I need like kuya applause. With an applause. Thank you for that one. That's Sister Jervy Serrano, again, the wife of Kafelmar, our Assistant District Minister. Wow, time flew by, Atikat and Atikir. We're going to go on to the last question that we have for the two of you and for us, and to those also in our live chat. You know, we were talking about long lasting connections, and it's different as members of the Church of Christ, the kind of connection that we have because it's built on the values that we have in the Church of Christ and of course our faith. And so we would consider them the real connections and the real friendships worth keeping. And they help us grow not only spiritually, but even mentally, you know, I would say even emotionally, because they keep us grounded. They keep us making sure that, you know, our standing is grounded because of our faith. And that's why it's worth keeping, to have this friendship, to have these connections with everyone that you have met, not only on INC Radio, but especially, you know, our activities that we have in the Church of Christ. That's why we continue to encourage everyone, keep participating, keep CFO, the Christian Family Organization activities that we have inside the Church of Christ. So, Atikat and Atikir, why are these kinds of connections and friendships worth keeping? Atikat, we'll start with you.
I was. Can you ask me to care first? It's okay. Why are we? You know, why are there keeping? That's a really that's a really good question, but for me, because for me, if we meet through God's work, I think this is a God's blessing po. So it's worth keeping all of that connection that God has given you. We cannot find genuine people that would love us and would keep us grounded, as you said, po, and keep us together through faith. And I think that is a very important, a very, very um, great blessing po from God. And it's worth keeping until, you know, until you know, we get there. But for me, just, you know, just stay grounded and keep that connection, even though we're far away from each other. A simple hi and hello, kamusta, or saying hi, always keep that connection, and that connection keep us always, you know, connected throughout, even though we're going through different stages of our life, we're going through different challenges in life. You know that that person that you have built through friendship will always be there for you no matter what. So that's my 2 cents. That's why.
Making me emotional here. Atikir, what about you? Why are these kinds of friendships and connections worth keeping? Okay, this
Well,
is
you
not
know,
melody, okay?
I
Try
I
to
try
read it
not to.
Canada.
I try to think about it.
I was
No, I
like,
think
is
all
this
these.
Faith and Melody?
I know, right? Welcome to Faith and Melody 2.0. But here we go. It's actually, you know, these connections are very important because again, we talked about how these people that come into our lives are not by chance or by accident. They are put in our lives by purpose, and they have a purpose for us. The connections and the friendships come in different levels. The different levels come as different teachings. So somebody that I might be, you know, acquaintance to might be somebody teaching me this as I have a deeper connection with this person, and I'm, you know, we have a better connection, right? And like you said, through the foundation that we have of our faith, that's what makes it more special. And we can share our faith to everyone. So everyone that you have a connection with, every friendship that you have, again, we talked about they're seasonal. They want to teach you how to love and for you to love them. And like I said, just different levels for you to learn throughout our lives, right? So keep them because again, they are instruments used by our Almighty God. So you might learn something from each and every one of the people that we are connected to, from now until forever, right?
Yes, yes. So
Beautiful message.
yes. Whenever we talk about the connections, whenever we talk about the friendships that we have built and built through a a really, I would say, solid foundation, and which is our faith inside the Church of Christ. It's a different kind of friendship. It's a different kind of connection that you have. Like what Atikir said, they could be instruments, right? They could be your support system, like you said, Atikath, in different stages of your life, different challenges in your life. You just don't know who God will send as his instrument to even ease that burden, ease that pain, right? They will be there. And so of course they're worth keeping. Not because, oh, you benefit from them. No, it's what you gain from them spiritually, what you gain from them growing as a person. It's those characteristics, those kinds of qualities that you want to be able to keep in your lives. And you just don't know, like what Atikir said, God would send them because he's got a purpose for sending you these people. Maybe they're not helping you, I would say, financially, but spiritually, you're able to make your faith stronger. Spiritually, they're able to make you known, okay, this is the actual thing that we want to grow old with, this teachings that we both agree on, this teaching that we believe, this faith that we are strong in. That's the kind of friendship that you want built on faith. That's a kind of connection you want to make sure that, okay, you know what? We may be going through something, but, because of this connection that we have, because we have our Almighty God, and because of being members of the Church of Christ, it is worth keeping. So I hope, our program today. Yes, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to add to that because
Mhm.
we still have a few more minutes. But the connections also come in different ways, different
Mhm.
styles, right? I wanted to say hello to Kuya JC there. I know
Hi,
he has three
Kaya.
boys, right? He has three
Yes,
boys.
three
So
boys.
I know what he's gonna go through, and I know what is happening with these three boys. And there's a connection there because not only do I see what he's gonna be going through, there's where he can see that I've gone through that already, and he can connect at any time and just say, I have to care. How do you do these three with the four boys that I have? I have three. Atikat, she's gonna have a baby soon, right? And it's one of these that you connect with these people that you have that common interest. So with that, the connections come in different levels, like, once again, so you can learn from everyone. And I think maybe he might go for four, right? PJC number four, let's go.
Go
More
Kuya
boys.
JC.
But no, it is true.
Basketball
Like
team. Maybe a
like
basketball team.
the
Yeah.
basketball team. And then yeah, and your baby too will join them at the cat because you got a boy as well. But it's so very true. It's just like you said earlier, it's a domino effect that you meet this and then it just spiral, like, and then you meet a lot of people, a lot of brethren, which is very unique and very it's great. It's a great feeling to have, to be connected like that and to have that long lasting connection with everyone. With that said, we've got a Christian value or takeaway in our topic today. Friends come and go, but friendships and connections built through faith are priceless and long lasting. Let's keep our friendship stronger by upholding the teachings we have received. Have God as our first best friend that we can count on no matter what, and keep that bond, connection, and relationship solid till the end. Again, God will send us instruments, and you just don't know who you're going to meet and who you're going to be connected with. With that, we want to go on to our verse of the week. And for this week, we have turning to God during hard times. Kuya Henry and Kuya Dan, take it away.
You know, we really are going through hard times. Many are experiencing sickness, financial difficulties, and even emotional problems. Some even say they don't remember life being this hard. And so this may cause many to place their hope in powerful figures, including influencers. But who should we turn to during hard times? I'm Brother Erwin Sunga, and we'll answer this question in this verse of the week. Here in 1 Corinthians, the chapter is 10, the verse is 13. No test or temptation that comes your way is beyond the course of what others have had to face. All you need to remember is that God will never let you down. He'll never let you be pushed past your limit. He'll always be there to help you come through it. Here, the Bible is reminding God's people that even during the worst of our problems, God will never let us down. He'll never push us past our limit. Our Lord God knows exactly what we can and cannot handle. And so we should turn to Him when we need help. And God will always be there to help us through any challenge that comes our way. Dear friends, we encourage you to join us in our worship services here in the Church of Christ, so you can find out how you can also benefit from a genuine relationship with God. We hope this verse of the week gives you the inspiration you need to start your week. Stay safe, stay strong, stay faithful. God bless.
That's a beautiful verse of the week. Turning to God during hard times. Yes, it is hard to live nowadays, but again, in that verse, God will not give us a test that we can handle. So we'll continue. No matter what happens, we will continue. And so before we finally end our program, Ate Kath, any activities that you have in your district that you want to promote, or any greetings, birthdays, anniversaries?
Yes, boss. So for our district, we have our upcoming activity tomorrow. We'll have a finance special gathering happening tomorrow at 6 p.m. Will be for the three different sites po from our local Burnaby, Surrey, and Victoria. And for my greetings po, hello po to everyone. I have missed joining INC Radio. It's quite been. I can be honest. I was so nervous earlier on how to open up again, but it's such a it's like going back to old times again. It's a very good feeling to be joining here once again on INC Radio, and I've missed everyone. I missed talking for sure. But yeah, greetings to my family, my husband Christian, who was greeting earlier, and Kuya JC. Hello, Kuya JC. Miss you too. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
thank
And would like to
you.
also mention special mention po to our district minister, Brother Glendo H. Paitan, our assistant district minister po, Brother Romeo Madlaya, our district multimedia advisor, Brother Brian Villarmino, who just had a baby. Congratulations.
Oh, wow.
Second baby girl. And our CFO overseeing minister po, Brother Renel Romero. Thank you so much po.
Thank you, Ate Kat. Ate Care, any greetings, shout outs you have?
Just
Promo.
thank you to the thank you to the live chat here that joined us, and continue to share the link. There's programs 24/7, and just tune in to any program and you will connect with someone on INC Radio. One more promotion is Faith and Melody. We do run Monday through Thursdays 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or 9 a.m. Mountain State Time, I believe, right? And tune in. We always have a great time, and we always have wonderful playlists to play songs. We take requests, so tune into that and join us. We do talk back or respond to you if you are on the live chat, right? So with
Yeah.
that, thank you once again for having me here on INC Radio Canada.
Always a pleasure to have you on INC Radio, Ate Kat. And yes, before I do the final acknowledgements, just want to say thank you to our district minister, Ka Rolando Gaviola, our assistant district minister, Ka Felmar Serrano, our CFO overseer, Ka Brian Tacnang, and of course our District Multimedia Advisor, Ka Rommel Cruz, and also want to greet our resident minister, Ka Patrick Sevilla. And birthday greetings to Sister I Makatangay from Bloomingdale. Happy birthday, I. And
Hi, Ate Ai.
yes, happy birthday also to Ka Joy Sevilla and Ka Emily Robilios. There you go. I hope I didn't forget anyone else. But to all the birthday celebrants and anniversaries, greetings to all of you. We also want to thank, of course, our Kuya Tex there on board, Kuya Dan and Kuya Henry. We also want to thank Kuya Manly, our executive producer in the Americas. Thank you to Kawali Taray, our station manager, and Ka Jeff Rivera, our assistant station manager. Thank you so much po to Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo, our deputy executive minister. And most of all, we would like to thank our dearest executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. We love you so much po. And to everyone that tuned in with us, share the link. You can still watch this. If you missed it, you can watch the replay for any time that you need to watch and tune in. Thank you so much po to all of you. Thank you for
May
tuning in
pahabol
to
pong
INCRadio
greeting.
Canada. Yes, go ahead.
Tita Zenaida Noviceros wanted to greet for the last minute here. Advance happy birthday po, Sister Lidio Hora, Sister Yumi Rumbawa, Sister Jean, and the Gaspi from Midtown Bookwood officers. Happy birthday!
Happy
Hello,
birthday to
Tita.
everyone. And thank you again. And tune in again next week for INC Radio Canada. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Diyos na pagpamay nagtindig ka ng mga lingkod mo mangunguna sa bayan na iyong inihala. Sa iglesia sila ay nagmamahal. Sa amin iyong ibiniyaya.
We are presenting the Iglesianicristo Sign Language Guide, Android and iOS version. We gladly introduce